You already have Windows operating system. You don't want to remove that operating system just for practicing purpose. Okay. So for that, we have an option called VMware, Virtual Machine. So if you install VMware software, there you can install or you can create a computer, virtual computer you can create, and you can install operating system in that computer. I'm repeating, VMware virtual machine is a software. Okay, so there you can create virtual computers. Once the software is installed in your PC, you can create virtually computers. Okay, once virtual computer is created, you can install the operating system there. Whatever operating system you want to install, you can install that operating system there. And before that, in Linux, recommended partitions and compulsory partitions we have. Compulsory partitions means forward slash and swap. Forward slash and swap are the compulsory partitions in Linux. Forward slash is compulsory because it is a parent directory, top level directory in Linux. Like it is C drive in Windows. So it is compulsory partition while installing the operating system. And second is swap. Swap is a virtual memory. See, it is a virtual memory. Means it is used to store the data, but we cannot touch it physical. Physical memory means RAM, ROM, hard disk. These are physical memories. But coming to swap, it is a virtual memory. What is the use of swap? Means it is used to increase the performance of physical memory, RAM. With the help of swap, we can increase the performance of RAM. Okay, so while installing the operating system, creation of forward slash and swap are compulsory in Linux. Forward slash is compulsory because it is a parent directory, and swap is compulsory to increase the speed of RAM. And slash boot and home are the recommended partition. They are not compulsory to create while installing the operating system. These two are enough. They are recommended. Okay, forward slash size is depends on your requirement. How much space you want to give, you can. Minimum is 10 GB. And swap size is twice the RAM, double of the RAM. If your RAM size is 512 MB, your swap size should be 1040. If your RAM size is 1 GB, your swap size should be 2 GB. Like that, it is twice the RAM. It will take the space from hard disk, it creates a swap memory, and it will add that space to RAM. If your RAM size is 1 TB, sorry, 1 GB, now if you created a swap memory with 2 GB, 1 plus 2, 3. Using 3 GB space, your RAM will work. So performance wise, it increases. Okay, and slash boot is recommended, not compulsory. It is recommended because slash boot requires 200 to 500 MB space. That's it. So what we do is we can create slash boot and we can fix that space. But it will not space extra. It will not take extra space. It uses the space which we fix. So it is recommended to avoid wastage. And slash home also recommended only, not compulsory partition. Slash home also recommended partition. So why slash home is recommended? Means slash home is used to store user data. So what we can do is we can give separately size for slash home so that users can use that space to store the data. If you don't have separate users, this is your own laptop or desktop. It is not server computer. There is no separate users. So no need to create home block. Okay. So just give brief information about the recommended partitions and compulsory partitions. Now I want to install Linux just for practice purpose. You want to practice shell in further classes. So I want to install either Unix or Linux. Now if you see, this is VMware. Just download this VMware software and install it. Open this VMware software. Just by double clicking on it, you can open. I already created some computers, virtual computers here. Okay. And here one more point is if you have Windows 7, Okay, your VM should be 12 Pro. If you have Windows 10, your Windows should be 15 version. If you are using Windows 11, it should be VM 16 or 17 Pro. Recommended to go with 16 Pro. That is better. For Windows 11, install 16 Pro. Okay. Now, I have VM. I installed VM. Just download it. Next, finish. It is not difficult to install. Okay. Once VM is installed, the screen will be like. Okay. If you click on File, New Virtual Machine, or here it will show Create Virtual Machine. In the home screen, it will show Create Virtual Machine, or in the file, it will show New Virtual Machine. Create. Next. I will install the operating system later. Next. Now, which operating system you want to install? Select that operating system. Example, Linux. And where you want to create this virtual machine. Click on Browse and select the partition where you have space. You have space in my data. Create a virtual machine with any name. And open. So this is selected. Here your virtual machine is going to create. Name can be anything. Now, how much space you want to give for your virtual machine? I want to give 40 GB space. Using that space, I want a single file. Next, finish. This recording videos you will get. Now, virtual machine is created with 1 GB RAM, 1 processor, and 40 GB hard disk. Virtual machine is created. Now, download OS image file, ISO file. Download ISO file. Okay, so I will share the file. Link I will share with you guys. You can just click on it and download. Okay, once it is downloaded, copy it somewhere in your computer. Then click on CD or DVD. Now select use ISO image file and browse and select the path where you copied your ISO image file. Okay. Virtual machine is created. Okay, and now you want to install the operating system. So ISO also select. Here I'm just showing this installation part because some people requested yesterday for the installation. Okay, so our classes are, again I'm telling, our classes are regarding shell only. Only basics of Linux I'm explaining here. If you want complete Linux means that is separate batch. You can join for this. This is only for shell classes, shell script. Yeah, this is only basics of Linux, not complete Linux. I think you attended CCNA demo, right, yesterday? Yeah. Now click on skip. By using tab button in your keyboard, click on skip. And next, here, language English. Next, US English keyboard type. Next, now, basic storage device or specialized storage device. So select basic storage device. Specialized storage device is for server hard disk. Like when you have Cafe hard disk, okay, uh, SAN hard disk, there we go with second option. Generally, we will use first option only. Basic storage device. Next, yes, discard any date. Yes. Host name means computer name. Host name can be anything, including Durga. It can be anything. Next, now select time zone, Asia, Kolkata. You can select from the map or you can drag and drop from here. Note password. In Linux, once we install operating system, while installing the operating system, it automatically creates a user. That is super user. Super user login name is root. I'm repeating, in Linux, super user login name is root. If you want to log in as a super user, means administrator, login name is root. So while installing the operating system, it automatically creates root account. We are just generating the password for that root account. Okay. I get the password with 6 characters. Yes. So it is showing you how provided a weak password. I want to continue with the same. Use anyway. Now, select create custom layout. Next. So this is the total available free space. Click on free standard partition. Reuse. We also have logical volumes and RAID partitions. So that topics will be covered on Linux. No, Monpoint. Click forward slash. File system type is ext4. It is already selected. Now enter the size. Size I'm giving 10,000 means 10 GB space I'm giving. Now again select free, create standard partition, create mount point slash boot. It recommended is 200 to 500 MB space. Just giving 300 MB. Select free, create standard partition, create home directory also recommended only, not compulsory. I'm creating home directory also. Just for practice. I'm giving 10,000. It means 10 GB space. Using 10 GB space, normal user can store the data into home directory. Okay. Click on free, create standard partition, create. Now, if you observe file system type, there select swap. Select swap from file system and enter the size. I'm giving 2 GB. 2000 means 2 GB because swap size is twice the RAM, double of the RAM. Okay. Next. Format. Write changes to this. Next. Let's select desktop option so that after entering to the operating system, you can see desktop. GUI view also you can see if desktop is selected while installing the operating system. If you don't select desktop option, means when you entered into the operating system, it will show everything in a black screen with white fonts. So we can select desktop option. So we can use GUI mode as well as CLI mode. This is optional. And remaining, I'm not selecting that because remaining servers in Linux manually I will show one by one. So I'm not selecting here the next. So installation process is started. And this is only basics of Linux class. We are not going to discuss complete Linux here. If you want to go with complete Linux means that course is separate. Okay, here only very basics I'm giving. I'm not giving complete information about the Linux here. This is only for shell scripting. Okay, yeah, Gupta. Linux batch is separate. And the time we are planning for morning and evening batches also. So it depends on the students. Will plan like based on students' requirement. Not valid. I will share the operating system link. Okay, those who are planning for Linux batch, just inform to our admin team. Counselors will call you, right? Or they will send you mail, right? So just inform them that you want Linux batch, so they will give schedule and let them know timing also at what time you want. So most preferred time they will start. With that, at what time you want time. Priya, what is your preferred time for Linux? Sure. So, Shivanand, you're also planning for Linux batch. Okay. First thing, basic knowledge is enough for SQL people. If you have Linux knowledge, means that is good enough. Shell automatically the basic commands definitely you can do. While in Linux, I will start from the basics, very basics. Directly, I will not start Linux sessions. Like Linux code separate. When we start separately, I don't start the session directly. I will start from very basics only. Then only I will go to the class, like server concepts. Yes. In Linux, networking concepts also there. RE and networking concepts means sharing the data from one PC to another PC. See, in our CCNA, what we are learning how to establish the connection from one PC to another PC. That you will learn in CCNA, right? Once it is established, the connections are established between different PCs and networks, or PCs from different networks, when different geographical areas. When the connectivity is established, so how to establish the connectivity, that will see in CCNA. Once connection is established, how to share the data, that will see in Linux. Khalid, that is totally depends on you all. In this course, I will explain basics of Linux, only basic commands which is required. Okay, then we'll go with shell scripting. And Linux means the complete Linux administration, from basics to advanced concept. Complete Linux will discuss there. So what you want, what is your requirement, that you have to choose yourself, whether it is shell or Linux. That is completely depends on your requirement only. So both I'm taking the classes. So what you want, that you decide. Because if you ask me, means I will tell whatever I want. But it's up to you. Like on what base you are learning this.
Yeah. Hi, madam. Good morning. This is Nagul. Hello.
So Linux administration means complete Linux administration. Linux course means complete Linux administration. From system administration to network administration, everything. And this shell course is regarding scriptings.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Then can someone talk once? I just want to know whether I'm able to hear your voice or not.
Yeah, I'm trying
Please just
to.
say hi, someone.
Hello.
Well, I can hear you.
Yeah, myself, Nagul. Can you confirm? Is anybody able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Madhuri ma'am, can you able to hear me?
I think from ma'am end there is something issue.
Okay.
We people can hear you clearly, but
I think you
ma'am
guys
can't.
are speaking, but I'm unable to hear. Your voice is not audible. Maybe this demo links, your voice are disabled. I'll check with them. Because in my regular classes, I'm not getting any problem. Only in the demo links, I'm getting this problem. I'll ask them. For cloud computing means you need complete Linux. Basic Linux also not an issue. It is enough. But complete Linux, if you learn means, there we will discuss right what is server, how to configure the server, what is the use of server. That we'll discuss in um, complete Linux course. So in cloud computing, you are going to configure servers remotely. So what is server? We are discussing in Linux. How to configure the server in cloud, that you are going to do in cloud computing, like AWS. Vinay, Linux is always best. I cannot compare Linux and Shell because depends on your requirement. You have to choose the codes, whether it is Linux or Shell. Okay, so don't see the cost result. Check your requirement. What is good for you? Why you are going for Linux or why you are going for Shell? It is required. Which course is required for you? Choose that one because you're spending 1 month time means there should be use of that. Proper use should be there. So go with the proper one. Which one you want to select? Both are good concepts only, but that is depends on your requirement. If you are fresher, go with Linux. Now you're working somewhere, you need shell scripting, or because of some reasons you want to learn shell scripting, yes, go with shell. Linux course is there. Already batches are running, morning and the evening batches are running, and we are planning for new batch also for Linux again. So those who want Linux, first inform to admin team. Okay, so if more students are there, immediately they will start this batch for Linux. Just inform your requirement. If you require, just inform. Ria, networking in Linux, what we have the course Linux course, there we are covering. And then reboot this. And, I'm repeating swap memory one more time. Swap, it is a virtual memory. It is used to increase the performance of physical memory, means our RAM. Okay, so swap is created by using hard disk space. It takes space from hard disk and it creates. And whatever space we created using swap memory, that space it will add to RAM. Let's say, for example, if your RAM size is 1 GB, swap we can create with 2 GB. Swap is twice the RAM, double of the RAM. So now, using 2 GB space from hard disk, you can create swap memory. Once swap memory is created with 2 GB space, now it will add that space to RAM. Already 1 GB RAM is there. Now swap will add 2 GB space. 1 plus 2, 3 GB. So while booting, while loading your computer, your RAM will work with 3 GB space. So when it is receiving or sending the data, 3 GB data, it is receiving and sending it data means it can finish work fast. Swap is used to increase the performance of physical memory, means RAM size. Generally, sometimes if your RAM size is less, here license information, just go with forward. Forward means next. I'll explain again swap later. Let me finish this. User. Create a user with any name. It is your wish. You can give any name. I'm giving Tom. Full name, I'm not giving anything. Password, I'm just giving with single character. Forward means next. It is telling that the chosen password is too weak because I just give single character, right? So I want to continue with the same. Yes. Date and select date and time. Forward. Okay. Finish. That's it. OS installation is complete. No codings here, nothing. Linux is easy and interesting also. Linux is very interesting concept. Okay. And as I told, all the commands what I am explaining, everything in from now, once OS is installed, so many commands are there here. So every command I will explain from the very basics. I will explain the commands and I will give the notes also, and I will share the notes. Regularly, I will share the notes. Okay. So Tom is here. First of all, what is this Durga Soft? Durga Soft is the host name, computer name. And Tom is normal user which we created manually. That user is Tom user. Now I want to log in as a super user. Super user is not listed in this list. So click on other to log in as a super user. Click on other. Now, what's the name of your super user? Can anyone tell? What's the name of the super user? Exactly. Root. Input. Super user login is root. Now click on login. Now enter the password which we create. Yes. We logged in into computer and we logged in as a super user. That is the reason it is showing. You're currently trying to run as the root super user. So whenever you log in as a super user, it will show this. So I don't want to see this again. So click on this, check this, close. So here it is showing desktop. Why it is showing desktop here? Because while installing the operating system, we selected desktop option. That is the reason it is showing desktop here. If you don't select desktop option and if you install the operating system direct without selecting the desktop option, your screen will be like this, your login screen. When you open your computer, the login screen is like, click on, now enter the password. Now, command line enter. From here, you can execute the commands. But while installing the operating system, I selected desktop option. So for us, desktop is available as well as command line interface is available. Both we can use for executing the commands. Okay, so how to switch from one account to another account, how to switch from CLI to GUI, GUI to CLI, what is the differences? This we'll see in our next session. Okay, so in today's session, I showed you how to install the operating system. So if you want to go with Linux or if you want to go with Shell, we need an operating system first of all. So I showed. Okay, so OS installation is clear, right, everyone? If anyone wants to ask anything, you can ask me. Message me as this link is not, as I'm unable to hear your voice now. Yes. Link of OS and VMware I will share on Telegram. You want to install image Ubuntu means just install VMware first, then you can download Ubuntu image and you can select. That's it. One moment, I'll check the link.
ఐడియా ఉంది సింగర్ పాడుతున్నట్లు ఐఎమ్ నాట్ క్రిటిసైజింగ్ దట్ డీజే సాంగ్ అంటే పాడుతుండేది చిన్నప్పుడు వెళ్ళేది అప్పుడు అనుకుంటే అప్పుడు కూడా
Share the link. But downloading VMAs, that is depends on your operating which operating system you are using. Based on that, download VMware.
యా డబ్బులు
Mr. Kali Telegram group, they will give once you registered. They will give you Telegram group link. So as of now, I just shared the link to download the ISO file. This is for today's session. We'll meet on Monday. As I told, classes are from Monday to Friday only. Okay. So next session will be on Monday at 8 a.m. Thank you for the session. And for further queries, you want to ask anything for the batch details and the Linux, everything, you just please talk to our admin team. They will guide you properly. Yeah, same link. Thank you.
Let's do Kumudu. Kumudu.
Thank you so much, Sunil. We'll meet on Monday.
తెలుస్తుంది